Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, give you my opinion on them. Stories like YouTube TV is reducing the broadcast delay, making watching sports even better on there. Spectrum says they plan to drop even more cable channels. We'll let you know what's happening and how cord cutting is impacting that. And Paramount is shutting down more streaming apps for its cable networks. We'll tell you which ones, what's happening, and how you'll be able to watch that content going forward. This and a whole lot more coming up here in a second. First, though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. If you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV, but still watch the shows that you enjoy. So with that said, let's dive into it. About 40 hours ago from when I posted this, YouTube made a big announcement that they're going to offer a low broadcast delay option. So basically what's happening here is they're going to reduce the amount of buffering that you have on your YouTube stream, which means you'll be closer to real-time viewing. Now the downside to this option is it may result in more interruptions in your stream. So what happens like YouTube and Netflix, they preload a little bit, let's say a minute, 30 seconds, whatever it may be of your video, and it's constantly loading off that as you stream a show. That means that if your internet has a slight hiccup, there's a little issue in transmission back and forth, you don't lose your live feed because it's just that you have enough of a buffer to make up for that, then YouTube will catch up when it's going there. Now that causes a slight delay. YouTube TV averages about 30 seconds on average. Some devices are a little faster, some are a little bit slower, behind what would be considered cable TV. So you're about 30 seconds back. Well, now they're closing that gap, allowing you to opt in for 40 hours to have it be even less. Maybe as little as 10 seconds behind what cable TV is happening. Hopefully that means you won't have any sporting events ruined by what's happening on X or Reddit or wherever you're following a chat group for the game. Now YouTube TV announced that this option is something you have to opt into. It only works for 40 hours, then it defaults back to the standard delay option there, which is great for sports. If you're going to be watching sports all day, you can turn this on, otherwise you can leave it off. And when you're just watching a regular show that you don't care about, maybe having what's happening 30 seconds in the future ruined, you don't have to worry about that. But this is something you have to opt into. You have to turn it on when you want it. Link in the show notes down below if you want to find out all the steps to do that. And it's called select broadcast delay and decrease it for 48 hours with this. So let me know, are you excited about this? Will you pick YouTube TV because there's a lower broadcast delay than other services? Again, though, the catch is you may experience some more interruptions in your stream. Your experience may vary. A lot of it will depend on your own internet service, Wi-Fi network, and other similar factors that are on your end more than that are on YouTube's end. All right, let's continue on. Spectrum plans to drop more cable networks. As cord cutting keeps growing, Spectrum says they want to do smaller, cheaper bundles, and there's a lot of what they call just redundant channels that, let's be honest, the MTV2, VH1-2, all these 2 channels, the alternate versions of things that Spectrum says are just not needed. They want these cable provider or these network providers, cable TV networks, to bundle their streaming service into Spectrum's bundles and drop a lot of the smaller channels, much like what Disney did a few months ago when they agreed to drop FXX, Disney Junior, Disney XD, Freeform, and other channels from their lineup in exchange for Disney Plus and ESPN Plus being bundled in. Now the catch here is you have to have the other side willing to do this. Paramount said they've struck deals with several cable TV companies to bundle Paramount Plus, but they will not be dropping channels, they said. You can have Paramount Plus bundled for a fee, but we're not going to be reducing the channels. What's NBC Universal going to say? Warner Brothers Discovery. There's many companies out here that they're going to have to strike deals with. Now, Spectrum has made it clear, if you don't strike a deal they feel is favorable, they're just going to dump all your channels like they did with Disney back in September when suddenly people found that ESPN and all Disney-owned channels were gone off of Spectrum. We'll see how this plays out, but Spectrum is being very aggressive. They're the second largest cable TV company in the United States. They've made it very clear that the current model of TV is broken, and they're working on ways to offer their content in a different manner. We'll see how that plays out, but you may see less channels, but they hope this means they'll be able to offer smaller, cheaper bundles. We'll see how it plays out. All right, next story up. Paramount is shutting down many of its network TV Everywhere apps. These are the apps where you can log in with the TV provider and watch Comedy Central, MTV, Paramount, and other services. They already earlier this, I think last month now, shut down the Showtime app, where you now have to watch it through either your cable provider's apps or through Paramount Plus if you subscribe to Paramount Plus. Now Comedy Central, MTV, and Paramount Network, not Paramount Plus, Paramount Network apps are shutting down with this. Now, again, you're going to either have to watch it through your cable provider app, which, let's be honest, most cable providers now have their own app. You can go through Xfinity, Spectrum to watch a lot of the content, or you go subscribe to Paramount Plus. This could be a little bit of a way for Paramount to put pressure on cable companies to allow people to bundle Paramount Plus into their package. We'll see how that plays out, but for now, very soon, they didn't give an exact date, the warning message on the app just says these apps will shut down soon. A few notable exceptions, at least at the time of publication, were the Nickelodeon apps. They were still up and running. How much longer? Maybe it's because it has a kids app content. We'll see. But for now, Nickelodeon content is being retained and will still work through the app. Again, you're going to have to log into your cable provider. If you're like a YouTube TV Sling customer, you just download the Sling app and watch the content there. For the most part, most of this content is available through those apps with it. The TV Everywhere apps kind of came up in a day where there were not a Comcast Xfinity or a Spectrum app to watch live TV through it. This is how you did that. Well, that kind of day and time has come and go. I'm sure this is a cost cutting. I'm sure it's also an effort to push people to Paramount Plus. All right, the free streaming service Local BTV has been down now for 2 weeks at the time of recording. It'll be over 2 weeks by the time I post this. This is a live TV app that offers local channels, not the big ABC, NBC, Fox ones, but the smaller sub-channels with it, like the Home Shopping Network, Charge, Antenna, TBN, and other similar channels, has been down for 2 weeks. Now, they have refused to comment on what's happening, but several readers have sent us screenshots of chats, or a reader has sent us screenshots of chats from their official Facebook page saying, we're trying to raise funds to relaunch. Doesn't surprise me. I've heard a lot of people say that that was likely the cause, and it appears to be confirmed. Now, we've reached out to that Facebook page. They've declined to comment. We've reached out to people through LinkedIn and other ways we can reach them. They've declined to comment. Their official emails are no longer working at this time. What seems pretty clear here is that money is likely part of the cause, but maybe not the only cause. But according to their Facebook page, they're trying to raise funds to relaunch. We'll see. I'd love to see them relaunch. It's nice to have that option. It's a free service with a paid DVR if you want a DVR on it. Speaking of locals, our next story up, Peacock yesterday, or when you're watching this, lost locals for a good amount of time. If you woke up yesterday morning and your local NBC was no longer on Peacock, don't worry, it's back now. That was a technical glitch that took Peacock down off of or NBC off of Peacock for a little while. They didn't disclose exactly what caused it, but very shortly after we reported it to them, they gave us, or they posted about it on X, they restored the service. So good news is if you like to watch your local NBC through Peacock, you can do that once again. No, they are not dropping it. All right, deal of the day. Amazon's Echo's earbuds are on sale, both the second generation with noise cancellation and the cheaper third generation without noise cancellation are both back at their lowest price ever. These are Black Friday pricing that's once again back. You can get the noise canceling versions for as little as $69 or the standard version without noise cancellation for $34.99. Really good pricing. Check it out. You can take Alexa with you wherever you go with these. All right. Local Now, the free streaming service for both live and on-demand content, has announced a new partnership with Vice that will bring 2 new Vice channels to Local Now. Vice Fast, which is a collection of Vice-created programs, and Vice News, which is a collection of their news-based programs, are now both streaming for free through Local Now. If you haven't checked out Local Now, would highly recommend it. It's a great streaming service there. If you like sports, you like boxing, and you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you'll now be able to get pay-per-view matches from the Premier Boxing Championship, PBC. Amazon's been slowly expanding into sports, and now they've added boxing to Amazon Prime. They'll also have other content there, but for now, the big news here is they're going to be the exclusive home for pay-per-view events from the PBC Boxing. Great news for Amazon there. All right, let's dive into the question of the day, wrap up this weekend. I grabbed one question here. I know there's a lot of others. Keep re-asking. I saw a few people. I'm going to try on Monday to do a few extra questions. So re-ask your question if I didn't answer it. But I can ask here, Luke, what is limiting the availability of 5G home internet? How come I can have 5G home internet from T-Mobile, Verizon, and others, but not get their 5G home internet service? Well, that's a great question. So what's happening here is 5G home internet is rolling out in select markets. It's not available anywhere Verizon or T-Mobile, for example, has 5G home internet. Why that is capacity. They're slowly upgrading their network to handle higher demand before they're putting in 5G home internet. This may mean running more fiber lines to the tower, may mean bringing ultra wideband for Verizon, for example, to your area. You may have 5G, but is it 5G ultra wideband? And if you do have it, you still don't have it offered, are you in an area where they think has strong enough signal, maybe low enough demand to bring it there? They're trying to do network management, as well as I've been told, is to ensure that before they launch it in the market, that market has sufficient bandwidth to be able to handle the demands of 5G home internet, which is more than just standard mobile. They want to make sure they're not going to bring their networks down and have a bad experience. They do intend to keep expanding it. Both T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T have announced they will continue to roll out their 5G home internet to more areas as they continue to upgrade their networks. I think, what was it, AT&T announced billions of dollars of investment in their wireless network to upgrade it. Verizon and T-Mobile are also spending big to invest in their networks. This should result in 5G home internet being in significantly more markets by the end of 2024 and beyond. So if you don't have it now, sit tight. It should be coming soon. I've actually been very pleased with our tests of the T-Mobile system. We're hoping to get the Verizon, but where I live, even though we have the ultra wideband, I also don't get Verizon's 5G home internet. I'm on the wait list. As soon as we hear it's available, we're going to test it out and give you a full review. That's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll have a special video this weekend, and I'll be back next Monday for our regular Monday through Friday cord cutting today. Until then, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, have a fantastic day. I'll be back again real soon.